Now then, people, good afternoon. Welcome back to the Just Joe football show. It's time for your press conference reaction. I did believe we might have some Largie news. We're not. No one brought it up. There you go. Wayman was making a mountain out of a molehill, as many people referred to. We've got some fitness news for you, some chat pre-Oxford, and some discussion around the mood in the camp. Afternoon to you all. We were just here just a couple of hours ago now, weren't we? Oh my God, that video has rubbed people up the wrong way, you know. There's some mad comments in there on about, like, some... I have to laugh. I mean, I blocked him because it got quite personal, but he said, I got my head tattooed for attention. In what logic would someone tattoo their head for attention from who? From what? From where? I shouldn't give these people air, but I was like, what are you fucking going on about? You think I got a tattoo on my head because I wanted attention? Are you all right? It's mad. But yeah, I mean, well, yeah, in a roundabout way, I guess, to my, because I look cool as fuck. Like, don't hate the player, hate the game. What's his problem? I know, right? Tattoo police, absolute glory. But look, this is the thing. Like, you, people were getting frustrated that I was responding to their opinion, but it was okay for them to give me their opinion. And when I responded to their opinion, they got mad. Like, I don't understand it. Like, if you don't want to watch this channel, don't watch it. I would do this if there was 10 people watching, 30 people watching, like there used to be when I first set up the channel. People stop watching, I'll still be sat here talking about my football club. So if you don't like it, genuinely, I'm not asked. If I upset people who subscribe to the channel, with all due respect, if it's because I'm giving my opinion, guess what? I don't fucking care. And if you don't want to watch, don't watch me. Simple as that. If I watch something on TV and I don't like watching it, I don't write in. I don't write into fucking Ofcom. I just turn it over. I don't take time to write comments and start to go for people's, like the way they look or you know what I mean. I don't do that. I just turn it over. Too precious. And the facts are, it's because I don't agree with your opinion that you've got that annoyed, that I disagreed with your opinion, that you've commented and said, how dare you upset your subscribers by having a go at their opinion? Well, don't you realise by you commenting in the first place, you're obviously disagreeing with my opinion. So I'm then giving... That's what this channel is. It's not a channel that Just Joe Football Show is... Listen, and this might sound egoic or whatever, but I come on here to talk about Leeds United. You watch for my opinion. If you don't want to watch, that's fine. Don't watch. Do yourself a favour and do me a favour. We're having to see shite like that. You know what I mean? And I shouldn't give air to it, but it pissed me off. Absolutely pissed me off. It's mad. You can have a different opinion. And I disagree that I don't give people different opinion. I do. So, there's Boss Nass in the channel. He has a different opinion to me. Loads of people do. I give people the opportunity to. Not everybody does. So I just, yeah, and just to think that and the whole, what was it? He said, I mean, I blocked him. I'm giving him area, but what did he say? The whole praying things for attention. We did a prayer before Middlesbrough for a bit of fun because it's YouTube and it's fucking entertainment, right? Then people asked me to do it again. Like, why is that? Why did I do that? Where does that even come from? Like, what attention am I getting from that? You asked me, Andrew, exactly. Chat demands the prayer, says Oliver. Yeah, wearing this is for listen, trust me. And with all due respect, again, I know you won't take it personally, but that person that decided to do that, I got my tattoo because it looks cool as fuck. not to get attention from you. Simple, right? I don't want attention from you. You're an absolute div who needs to go out, whatever you do, go outside instead of sat in my comments watching my video shooting your spiel. You know what I mean? Get a life, you dick. Right, there we go. Now, let's move on. Should we get together in prayer? Anyway, thank you very much, man. Just caught up 45. Yeah, I agree. The price is fee, but I think as well, it's what's the word I'm looking for? Is that not normal prices now, I guess? I'm not too sure. Yeah, exactly, boss Nass. And sometimes it can spill over because I can get really frustrated and you can get frustrated at me, but it's all luck. I don't do things for attention. But if we're being honest, right, if we're actually speaking facts, what's YouTube about? Let's say, like, what is YouTube about? What is it about? It's entertainment, really, isn't it? It is. The football, the square ball entertain me. Watch-alongs are all about entertainment, really. Like, that's what they're there for. You're watching a fact. So I don't, do you know what I mean? I don't get why that would, maybe I'm just in my head a little bit today. I don't know. I'm tired and all that sort of jazz, but it just really got to me. So I was like, well, what? And listen, that person, you got what you wanted. Well done, you. I hope you're proud of yourself. I've removed you from the channel, so you can just watch now. Just watching it. You can't even comment anymore. Enjoy it. Thanks for watching. Yes, Michael Whiteley, big up to you. Is that Michael? Michael? Is it your birthday today, Michael? Big up, mate. Yeah, Barney makes a good point there, actually. That's a very good point. Rutter went for 40. So is 45 million that much, people? How much did Gray go for? People forget Ferguson is only 20. Only 20. It is only 20. 199 super sticker. Big up to you, Carl Berry. Big up, Righty. Yeah, it's just that. It was just that today, mate, to be honest. And I took the kids to this like pirate show. And Harry couldn't cope, and it's just sometimes it's hard. Do you know what I mean? Like, obviously he's autistic and stuff, and it's hard because it's like, just stay some, we'll be all right, you know. And you've paid for something, and everything's expensive these days. And then it started, and we had to leave, and that was just stressing me out. Not stressing me out, like I'm not mad at him, more sad for him. Does that make sense? So maybe I am a little bit highly strung today, and that's why it affected me, because I was upset after that. But, you know, it is what it is. People will probably be able to relate, because it's just tough, innit? You plan something, you go there, and you can't, you know. It was loud, and there was dogs, and yeah, there was a lot of screaming kids. So, yeah, I'm just probably a little bit highly strung. You know what it's like. Have a shot of JD. Yeah, exactly. Right, let's get into the comments. Stop talking about me and my shit. One of those days, exactly, Jamie. You're right, man. Right, so let's get into what was said in the press conference then. So there's some positive. Yeah, exactly, boss. Nice, you're a good man. Cheers for that, brother. Right, so let's get into it. Injuries first and foremost. Yeah, Joe Rothwell will definitely miss this weekend's games. He hopes that he'll be available for the next home game, which is Bristol City at home. Yeah, which is only 2 games from the end. The good news is, though, Dan James slightly better. We'll probably have him available for Monday. See, this. How can I speak? How can you speak? This is my brother, my man. You were an absolute gent and an absolute goat. Man, what a legend. Big up to Abdul Rahman Al Khalifi. He always supports the channel, whatever the weather. You're an absolute legend. He says, Salam, Joe. Welcome, salam, brother. He says, been travelling and missed you all. Alhamdulillah, we are in a great position. We are, mashallah, brother. Win at Oxford, inshallah, and we can be promoted on Monday against Stoke. Best wishes marching on together. Exactly, brother. And you always, without fail, support the channel. You come in and listen, it's not about, you don't have to give donations, but you always do. And it genuinely is, it's appreciated, mate. So thank you so much, mate. You're an absolute gent, and I hope your travelling was well. Leeds, I'm sat down for you, bro. I'm sat down. There will be videos stood up. There will be videos sat down. It is what it is. Today was sit down. This morning wasn't, now is. Right, so Dan James, yeah, maybe. Do you remember that secret boss, Philip Anderson? I think he is one of that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Vega, yeah, 100%. Dan James, though, slightly better. We will probably have him available for the Monday game. If he's available to play a part on Good Friday, it'll be a late decision. For me, I think we don't risk him for Friday. And just make sure he's good for Monday. Because that Monday game, even if we draw against Oxford, Sheffield United still have to beat Burnley. So that Monday game is more important for me. So, personally, don't risk Dan for Friday night's game. Especially against a physical side like Oxford, probably play with a low block. Will there be much space for him? It might be a better game for Nonto anyway. So I would play Nonto Friday. And if James is good to go, you play him at home against Stoke. Yeah, Kevin, you're right, mate. Big up to Bobby as well. He says, love you, pal. Let's get promoted. I think we will. I do think. Yeah, and or off the bench, yeah. Just don't start him, right? Just don't start him for me. 100% he's on the bench. Farker playing mind games. Yeah, potentially. Although what I will say for Farker, he's quite honest in his press conferences. Some can be a bit, but I don't think Farker is. I mean, he's not as honest as Bielsa, for example. But yeah, Barney, look, my prediction is we will draw. I think it'll be 1-1. I hope we win. But like Dominic says, Rowett's a good manager. He'll set them up to get a result. So I think a draw, and it won't be a bad result. Let's not melt down. Even if Sheffield United win, it's insignificant if they don't beat Burnley, and I don't think they will. So yeah, for me, don't risk James. It's good that he's back, so I'm glad that he's back. And yeah, Jill, sorry, probably right. Like 20 minutes, he might give him a run out to give him some match sharpness for the Monday game, because it is a quick turnaround, isn't it? Obviously, if you didn't already know, but Daniel Farker has been nominated for Manager of the Season, along with Dan James for Player of the Season. Farker said, I don't take it personally, if I'm honest, but it's a nice recognition for the whole club. It's a sign you're doing a good season. I don't take it too personal. No distraction right now. Playing in the Premier League is our only focus. Yeah, Louis, naturally we're all gonna be worried. But what I'm saying is I think we will draw, and I'm okay about that. Like, I felt we'd draw against Luton, and it does. I think when I think it's going to be a certain calm way, that's probably why I'm a lot calmer than some after it happens, because I prepared myself for a draw against Luton. I probably lost my head against Swansea, was okay at Luton, because I was expecting that. I think sometimes maybe it's a bit of copium, but I do think that we'll be all right, even if we get a point. He was asked about staying calm, and he said, look, just being calm is not enough. And that's what he has exuded, hasn't he? He has exuded calmness. Some felt he might have lost his head a bit, and he could well have, because he wouldn't normally say 100% we're going up, right? But he's calm if you compare it to, say, the other counterpart in South Yorkshire. Which, by the way, why haven't we heard about no touchline ban? I'm telling you now, Chris Wilder should get a ban for that. He should, but I don't think anything's happening. Does anyone know if it has? I've not seen anything. Just think a win drops any. Yeah, 100%. I want the win. I just think we'll draw. We can afford to draw one and lose one. Yeah, as we said, didn't we? As long as we win our home games. Then we had that Swansea result, but then the win at Middlesbrough got us back on track, and we were saying, right, we'll win them home games and you're up. Yeah, exactly, Louis. So how can a manager who encroached on the pitch from celebrating, I think it might have even been a last-minute goal, get a ban, yet someone who's fighting people, calling fans fat and that doesn't? Maybe he is going to get a ban, but nothing's been said yet. So it's all a bit mad. Going into work, best community on YouTube, all leads our way. Big up, Barney. Yeah, a few people actually backed me up in the comments actually on that last video, so thank you for that. Yeah, Farker celebrates 2 foot on the pitch, ban. Wilder starts scrapping crickets. Exactly. There should be something. Even if he didn't get a card at the time, there should be retrospective action taken, in my opinion. I'm not just saying that to be salty. If it was our manager, it probably would. Because our manager celebrates on a pitch and gets a ban. So make it make sense. But it's very quiet. Maybe someone will be able to tell me different. But I tell you what, I'm going to go check on X and I'm going to put Wilder ban. Let's have a look. Wilder ban. 1 second. I think Chris Wilder gets a ban for this. That was on 13th of Feb, so that mustn't have been. There's nothing. Yeah, nothing. Yeah, nothing. I'm going to ask Grok. Will Chris Wilder get a ban? Because it'll check all the news and that, won't it? Yeah, exactly. Retrospective. There's no definitive evidence indicating that Chris Wilder is currently facing a ban as of my latest update. However, there have been instances where he faced action in the past. Yeah, nothing. It actually says, recent posts from April show some fans calling for a touchline ban due to Wilder's behaviour, particularly after a match against Leeds, which it's obviously not against Leeds, but it's all Leeds fans going, where's the ban? He said in the presser about what happened, but left it a bit out about, did he? Has he actually spoken on it himself? Yeah, there you go. Anyway, let's get back to our manager. So he doesn't take the nomination personal, just happy for the team. About staying calm is not enough. The fire has to burn. It's important that the fire in the players is still burning. We always aim for more. We always speak about the things we can improve. When you work for such an emotional club, that you take the decisions without emotion. I've not transcribed that right. You have to be objective, he said, in a roundabout way. Never too high, never too low is normally a good mantra. A good mix is important. I stay calm and composed. To stay calm and composed is quite important, which the manager has done. He's exemplified it. If you look, to be honest, out of them all, Parker had said, the one who'll go up will be the one that keeps their nerve. And if you look at the two teams, you would argue Burnley have kept their nerve more than us, by the way, because they haven't dropped points like we dropped points, when we were drawing all them games. So you could argue Burnley have kept it more than us, but Sheffield United definitely haven't, have they? They've fallen off a cliff with them 3 losses and the manager ready to scrap. Farker was then asked about the results, what will happen on Easter, because obviously Leeds United on Good Friday, we're the last game. So it's Watford, Burnley, Cardiff, Sheffield United, then it's us. So he said, what will that mean? Let's say, for example, Sheffield United and Burnley drop points, then it's like, boom, what to next? And he said, we're used to it. The players are all adults and mature. I think he said something like, I'm not going to tell them they can't have the phones or whatever. They know the results over the afternoon. It's not like I don't allow them to use their mobiles to find out the results. It's a crunch time period. You have to keep your nerves and not be scared of it. If my players would crack under pressure because they hear about results, then we've lost anyway. We are focused on what we have to do. The only thing we can influence is our game away at Oxford. He then spoke about Oxford. He said, impressive wins in their last 5 games. I'll have my preview out tomorrow. They've beaten Watford. They got a clean sheet against Sheffield Wednesday. We know they had a good result against Sheffield United as well. He says Rowett is very experienced. He knows this league inside out, which he does. You know, he's been at Stoke, he's been at Millwall, he's been at Oxford, he's been at other clubs as well. It's hard to create chances against them. It will be difficult. They are always competitive, especially at home. That's the key point here. They'll want to win the final few points to stay in the league. I think they're almost there anyway. He mentioned about long throws. Will Volk's long throw. He said this is definitely going to be a topic. I think it's important that we have Caldalo, right, to deal with that. He says they tried to create chaos with sending centre-backs up front. You can't avoid that. You know, balls will come in. It's important to stay switched on, especially during the second phase. Who's getting the second ball. That's quite important. And a key factor is to control their throw-ins. We have our principles about what we do against a 5 or 4 man defence. Each and every team differs in the build-up. Yeah. We know Farke's had 5 promotions on his. He's had 5 promotions on his record, and he was asked about his experience, and he said, in general, I think it's important to learn and develop every season. You can't 100% compare one group to a different group. You have the experience of processes and what pressure does. You use this experience. He says you always have to adapt to a bit different scenario. It's a bit different to 4 games last season. It's a different group to what I had to get when I went up with Norwich. You always have to adapt. I would like to back myself. I don't always do the same to find good solutions. This is what we're trying to do this season. It's not one shoe fits all, is it? It depends on the opposition and everything. Yeah, Richard, you're right. Long balls, long throw-ins, set pieces. We need to be wary. If Melier was still in goal, I'd be shitting a brick. But with Darlow, I'm a little bit more confident. I do trust Farke in the summer window. Yeah, I trust him. And I'd love him to keep us up. I genuinely think there'll be some that don't want him to keep us up. That's probably silly and not true, but hey. He was asked about, legendary MVG. He's worked in Germany. He's got 5 promotions on his record, 2 in England, obviously. But he worked his way up through German football. So, yeah, he's had 5 promotions in total in his career. Farke on the mood in the camp, he said, of course the mood is good because there are no replacements for wins, and we've had back-to-back wins in such complicated fashion. It's good for the confidence and mood. No one was over the moon. He did say, I sense that the team was pretty concentrated and focused on the workload. On the Sunday, he says the experience does help. There's been a few twists and turns this season. Everyone knows nothing is won yet. And he says, if we allow ourselves to drop our workload, we have no chance to win points. 88 points is a big effort, but we also want to win a few more. Everyone was in a good mood on Sunday, but very, very focused. Oh, yeah, 100%. I know they are, mate. I definitely know there are some that don't want him here for the summer. I know that. And that's fine. You know, football is about opinions. That's what I'm saying. But I think it is the right... I think he is the right man and deserves the opportunity. We've got to get off to a good start, like anyone. We've got to get off to a good start. If you look at when we stayed up under Bielsa, we got off to a great start. We obviously just got beat by Liverpool, but then we beat Sheffield United, we beat Fulham in that first few weeks. It's important to get points on the board as soon as possible. And I think as well, because of Farke's record, he has to get points on for himself, because if he doesn't, the fan base will straight away be like, this is, you know what I mean? This is happening again kind of vibe, you know? Which I understand, because that's all we have to draw upon. Someone just asked a quick question there. Someone asked about Bamford in the Prem. Hi, Joe, would you keep... Look, I think he's going to be around anyway. He's only got 1 year left, so he'll be a squad option. Don't want him starting, do we? But he will just be an option. We've got this... I think we still have the smallest squad in the league. So it needs to be bigger for the Premier League anyway, 100%. Yeah, he'll be around. He's got a year left, Dan. So I won't give him a new deal, obviously. I'd say thank you for your 5-year deal or whatever it was we gave him, and say bye-bye, you know. Yeah, no, Darlow can do bits. I don't want him in the Prem, though, although he has had a season, but I'd like Leeds United to go and get a goalkeeper. There's a lot of noise around Ramsdale. Maybe Nick Pope could happen. We'll wait and see, won't there? 100% Bobby. He definitely needs to be on a short leash, 100%. I weren't aware of any. Weren't aware of any Thomas Souček links. I mean, I like Souček. Yeah, be all over it. Yeah. Some will say that's not good enough, but this is the kind of players we need. Where have you seen that? Souček, Leeds United. Let's have a look. Yeah, I'd take Ramsdale. I would. There is no definitive evidence that West Ham midfielder is transferring to Leeds. Recent speculation has linked Souček to Leeds if they secure promotion to the Premier League. Reports suggest Leeds could match Everton's offer. Where's his versatility? He's attacking. I mean, he gets goals from set pieces as well. However, these claims stem from sources like Claret and Hugh and lack confirmation from official club statements or concrete transfer agreements. What's Claret and Hugh? Claret and Hugh? There must be some sort of bloody podcast or something. Claret and Hugh. West Ham, Claret and Hugh. It's like a message board, I think. Okay. It's first I've seen it. I don't know how credible it is, but Joe does cover all the news, so he will have got it bang on somewhere. Give me players like Danny Robert, Rothbard, with Souček. Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't get that. Listen, Evan Ferguson's the one, man. I know I don't give a schmidt, believe so. You all right, broski? You all right? You're just in the bedroom, son. Okay, I'll be 2 minutes. I'm nearly done, all right? Okay. So, Farco then spoke on Darlow. Yeah, we do need physicality. We lack it massively. John McGinn, I would love Dan, but you're not getting him out of Aston Villa. Playing Champions League last night, weren't he? Farker on Darlow, he said, I'm pretty delighted for Carl. He's been a loyal servant to the club since he walked in. He's cool and calm as a goalkeeper. Very reliable. Not that easy for a goalkeeper if you're not in the rhythm. For that, I was not nervous. I was 100% convinced he could deliver. I call BS on that, because if you were, you'd have put him in sooner. But also hoping for a bit of luck in our first few games. He's not had much to do, but there were one or two situations per game when we needed him, and there has been, hasn't there? I think as well, some of the catches are just standard, but because we've had Melier, it's like, oh my God, what a catch! He was focused and concentrated to catch a cross or make a save, reliable and solid, and exactly what we needed, which is true. When you have this performance and win games, it helps confidence for the whole group and stadium. I think the two centre-backs and the goalkeeper worked really well. Yeah, I agree with you, Sam. I agree. Delap, Steve, honestly, I've seen a lot of people keep mentioning Delap. You're not... Again, I don't want to upset people for disagreeing with their opinion, but you're not getting Delap. Delap is going up the division. He's not transferring from a relegated side to one that could potentially get relegated. Trust me, he's better. He's better than that. He's going top of the table. He's young. He's English. He's different gravy. And Chelsea and Manchester United both want him. Genuinely. Because he's been injured. People were talking about Evan Ferguson like this guy. And Evan Ferguson has... Anyway, I'm not gonna. It's gonna be one that I'm gonna bang home all transfer like Conor Gallagher in it. But if there's an opportunity to sign Evan Ferguson, and I agree, 45 might seem steep. You might, if you can get it cheaper, 100%. I think it'd be great for us. Yeah, I'd take Danny Welbeck, but he plays at Brighton. Yes, my man. You need crisps. Let me get you some crisps. I'll just finish this and I'll get you some. Yeah. Do you want to come say hello? Do you want to say hello?
Hello.
Can't see what?
Can't see the man.
What man? No, don't. No one's on the phone, you mad head. What are you doing? There's no one. Yeah. There's people. Should we finish? Right, I'm reading from here. Put that on. So, give me 5. Right, go watch Dogman, and I'll bring you Chris. Okay, I'm gonna cut it on. I've got one more bit to read out, son. Okay, Barker on the Ellen Road atmosphere. Okay, he said when it comes down to the wire, like it did the other day, we have to stick together. This place can be like no other place, not just this league, but this country. It was a really special atmosphere. Hopefully create the same on Monday, which I believe we will. But first and foremost, we have to get Friday out of the way. We play Oxford at 8 o'clock. I cannot wait for Good Friday. We've got 3 fixtures. Boom, boom, boom. Watford, Burnley, Cardiff, Sheffield United.
Dad.
Yes.
Get me.
Get you are. Don't do choke, slammer. There you go. What flavour? Strawberry crisp. Not strawberry crisp. You mean pink crisp? Don't mess with that because it's dangerous. Right. Okay. Peace out, folks. Thanks for that. We will. I'll do a preview tomorrow, like a pre-record. Or mate, he fights me all the time. You want to fight me, Dad? I'm like, no, son, my back. He goes, I'm gonna fight you. My plan is to make him the first ever autistic UFC fighter. Listen, smash me a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, comment and hit the notification bell. There'll be preview tomorrow, and then on Friday I'm going to be with you all day. Watford, Burnley, Cardiff, Sheffield United, Leeds versus Oxford, Oxford versus Leeds. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for the super chats, everyone. Thanks for the support as always. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Love, man. Peace out. Time to get some Chris.